Hi.
Hi.
I didn't know Uncle Dennis too well, but what I do know and remember has always stayed with me. He was someone who was always kind, helpful, and loving. What stood out the most about Uncle Dennis for me was how much he loved his family. Warren, Taryn, and Auntie Shelley, he loved you all so much, and this is something I know for sure. He was always calm and steady and had a presence that always made you feel welcome. I may not have known him deeply, but I've always admired the way he showed up for his family. He'll be missed by all of us, the whole family.
Please know that we're all thinking of you from afar and sending all of our love.
Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Hi Shelley, Warren and Taryn.
Hi Shelley, Warren and Taryn.
We just wanted to send you a message, and even though we're not there, you know that we're always thinking about you guys. We are really sorry for the loss of Dennis. I'm sure you would love to come down to Wilderness and see us here. Inside, please. Just very sad that he's gone.
Yeah.
And we loved him, even though he had a very naughty, wicked streak. Always putting his fingers in my, when I was washing the dishes, and then he'd come around and put his fingers in it. Very, very naughty little one. We do miss him very much, and I'm really sorry we're not
Fond
there.
memories. Yeah,
Yep.
Lots of fond memories. And my big brother.
Your other big brother.
My other big brother.
Okay, so we just wanted to let you know that we love you and that we're
We love
thinking
you very
about
much.
you,
Yeah.
and that we will miss
Wish we
Dennis.
could be there to give you, all you guys, a big hug right now.
Yeah, and we will chat when we see you again. And big hugs from us. Love you guys lots.
Love you lots.
Bye.
Hi Shelley, Warren, Taryn. I was just about to add Dennis, and I actually had to catch myself there. I just wanted to tell you how very blessed I've been to be part of the Horn Vincent family for the last 40 plus years. I can remember my first visit to Mr. and Mrs. Horn's place, getting this fantastic greeting from Mr. Horn and Dennis, who were sitting at the bar, surprise, surprise, and where I got invited to sit down, join them, and have a glass of wine. And I think that that's been one of the fun blessings that I've found with everyone over the last many years. Dennis, I'm glad that you're no longer in pain, and strange enough, the wonderful blessings and memories have been the one thing that I've done nothing but think about, all the happy memories over the last few days, and there have been so many of them. The wonderful braais that we've had at your place, the wonderful chats that all the family have had together, the wonderful family gatherings, watching Warren and Taryn grow up and seeing the interaction with you, Dennis, with all your grandchildren, same patience with your grandchildren and teaching them how to do things. That's all you're doing with Warren and Taryn. You've always been such a steady, reliable influence in all of our lives. And those teachings and your lessons in reliability and being there for everyone is something that's going to stand me in good stead for the rest of my life. Look after yourself, family, and just keep those good memories close to your heart. Love you all.
Hi everyone! Angela and I would like to send our love and our condolences in this very difficult time. We were so sad to hear about Dennis's passing. We would just like to express how we've always known him, or I've always known him to be a very gentle and kind and loving man. That's how I remember him since I was a very young age.
And although I didn't know Dennis for a very long time, just through our first meeting, I remember the conversation we had, and I know Cody and I both hold what he said dear to us, and that was that although our love was young, that we should honor and cherish and care for each other as much as what we possibly can, because that's something that's really important about family. And I know that Cody and I will continue that in his honor.
We love you guys lots, and again, we're sending lots of love, and we wish you guys comfort in this time.
Hi family. It feels weird saying family, especially since the head of our family is no longer here. I still am finding it a little bit hard to come to terms with because it doesn't feel like it's true. I've been looking at memories and pictures and I'm still like, no, this can't be. So yeah, I think it's going to take some time to sink in. I'm just going to read from what I've written so I don't forget. Thinking back to when I first met him, which is almost 8 years ago, I have to say the first time I met him, I thought, this is where Warren gets his good looks from. He was warm, welcoming, friendly, gentle. I never felt out of place. Upon meeting him, I instantly admired his love for family, his kids and grandkids. He was very family orientated, and I think that was a really great role model for Taryn and Warren, because he put family first and he made sure that they knew how important it was to be there for each other, and I really admire that. And they've had a very amazing upbringing, and for that I thank him as well, because I guess I wouldn't have such an amazing husband if it wasn't for him and his upbringing. I always see their marriage or his marriage as an example of that old school type of perfect love. I know nothing is perfect, but it reminded me of the ones that you see in movies where they live a long happy life until the end. Yes, it's not all rainbows and fluff, because life is such where we go through ups and downs, but when you look back, it often hard to picture the few negatives when the positives outweigh most of it. He wasn't perfect, just like none of us, but in his own way, he was amazing, respectful, and always gave his time to those that needed help. I think he was a great granddad. He loved getting involved in the kids' lives, playing with the kids. He would help Shannon wherever or however he could, and that or however he could, whether it involved the boys or not, birds, dogs, anything. I do regret that he doesn't get to meet our baby girl, but I know that he'll be watching out for her. As I said, he was very helpful, because I remember when we were moving to the flat, we had to remind him to not lift heavy things because of his back or his knee or his hernia, and then we would get upset when he did, because then he'd be sore. So he's always been there, even when he came for the wedding. I know we had one of the doors knobs that were coming loose, and then he fixed it. 2 years later, it still works perfectly. Warren needed to learn a few things from him. I loved how sometimes he could just talk to me and say what was on his mind. And then I would tell Warren, do you know your dad said this? And Warren would be like, no, I don't even know that. So I like that he could just speak freely, and that I was just as comfortable talking to him as he was comfortable talking to me. I'm definitely going to miss making some of his favorite things like samosas and sampan beans. He was always one for good food, and when I say good, I mean bad, because he loved a good burger and chips or pie or fried food. When I look back at our wedding, I won't forget him dancing on the dance floor and having a good time, even though at that stage lots in his life started to change with the news of the cancer, but he put that aside and celebrated with us. So it taught me, no matter what you're going through in life, if you can have fun, then do so, because those will be some of the best memories you remember. I find it so hard not being there with you all in Scotland. I feel so out of place. I feel like it's one of the biggest things you all would be going through in life, and like I let you down by not being there, especially as a support to my husband and being his pillar of strength. But right now, I'm so far away, but I'm so glad that you guys are all together for each other, and all I can do is remove as much stuff off of Warren's plate so that he can be with you and grieve with you. Just know that every day I'm thinking of you and sending you all of my love, and I pray for your strength to get through each day. You will be my dad-in-law by all of us. I know in his last few months he no longer was able to live the life he wanted and was in pain, but I'm going to remember him for the times before. Love to you all.
I don't know why God always takes the good ones first. And man, I've tried to be strong and carry on, but damn, this hurts. And I just wish that I could talk to you again somehow, some way, even if it's for a moment, so I can hear you say, don't cry for me, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm better than you know. And this life can be a shorter ride, so don't waste it on sorrow. And just hold on to those moments and the memories we shared. We're both headed for the same place anyway. I just beat you there. I know they say just give it a little time, you'll be okay. But that might be true. It don't really help me today. And we ain't supposed to question the man upstairs, but there's just so much I don't understand. It just don't seem fair. Don't cry for me, I'm alright. I'm better than you know. And this life can be a shorter ride, so don't waste it on sorrow. And just hold on to those moments and the memories we shared. We're both headed for the same place anyway. I just beat you there. And as each day goes by, I get a little bit stronger, but that don't stop me from wishing you were here